Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to make some shirts using Dalula Company's Shazam and Pink Sunset. Dalula Company is a new dye company to me. They're out in California, and the owner Amanda contacted me and asked if she could send me some dyes to try. So I said sure, and she sent me 6 different dyes which are intended for ice dyeing. So I made some color swatches, and then I've been trying each of the colors individually on shirts so that I can see how the dye colors split and move and what they look like. So I have a video for the swatches and 2 other videos for the other dye colors. If you haven't seen those yet, you can check them out on my YouTube channel. For these 2 colors, I'm going to do tall, deep scrunches using wiffle balls. So I've taken a plastic tub or tote, and I'm using a metal colander that is expandable that I've placed over the top of the tote. The wiffle balls that I'm using are softball and baseball size wiffle balls. I've placed the wiffle balls in the colander, and then I'm going to take the shirt and arrange it around the wiffle balls. The wiffle balls help keep the tall, deep scrunches from collapsing under the weight of the ice. Then I'm going to add a layer of ice on top of the shirt. And whenever I do dye over the top of the ice, I generally don't like to come back and add a second layer of ice. So I'm making sure I add a fairly thick layer of ice to begin with. For me, when it comes to tall, deep scrunches, I think I get better color splits when I add the dye on top of the ice. I tend to be a little heavy-handed with the dye, so I generally end up with prettier splits when I add it over the top of the ice. So I'm going to lightly sprinkle the dye over the top of the ice, then add an additional sprinkle of dry soda ash over the top. Then I'm going to place this container aside and allow the ice to melt. I've added a few process photos so that you can see what the shirt looked like as the ice was melting. I left the shirt for probably about 24 hours after the ice melted, and for part of that time I placed it outside where it was really warm so that it could process out in the heat. To rinse the shirt, I took it to my utility sink, started rinsing it in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. Then I took it out of the colander, warmed the water up to hot, and continued rinsing in hot water to rinse out the excess dye that didn't bond with the fabric. I went ahead and soaked the shirt by adding some really hot water to my utility sink, along with a little bit of Blue Dawn dish detergent, and just allowed the shirt to soak. When the water cooled off, I changed it out, and I continued that soaking process until my water was remaining almost clear. Then I put the shirt along with some Dharma's professional textile detergent into my washing machine, and I washed it using a hot water cycle. Okay, so let's try out the Pink Sunset. I'm going to do the same process on this shirt as I did on the last one. Now I'm going to add the Pink Sunset over the top and a little bit more soda ash, then put the shirt aside and allow it to process. I left this one for about 24 hours after the ice melted as well, and part of that time I had the shirt outside in the heat. I went ahead and rinsed this shirt the same exact way that I rinsed the other one. Okay, so both of the shirts have been washed, dried, and ironed, and let's see what these colors look like. Okay, so here's the Shazam shirt, and I think this is a super cool color. My color swatch turned out really pretty, but it didn't have near the variation and the color splits that the actual shirt did. And that's understandable. I mean, my color swatch is very small. So on the Dalula Company website, this color is described as having hues of gray, different shades of purple, some pinks, some navy colors, greens, and even some yellow tones. So This is the only color that I have done from Dalula Company that varies from the color on the website. The color on the website doesn't look, or at least the color swatch on the website, doesn't look like mine. The color swatch out on the website is showing a lot more of the pink tones, where my shirt and my swatch are showing more of the purple tones. So, I mean, you are going to get some variation. She does kind of have a disclaimer telling that the color that you end up with is dependent upon a lot of different factors. I'm getting a lot of the grays, the purples, and the pinks. I'm also getting some of the hints of blue and green in this one. And I think it looks really pretty. And I like the wiffle ball technique with this. I think the little areas where the wiffle balls were look like little flowers. I also ended up with something strange on this one. Down on the front part, kind of toward the right side, I have what looks like some sort of a weird little bird face. I think it's funny how strange things show up in tie-dyes. The way the dye moves, you get weird little faces and everything. It's kind of fun sometimes. So I really like this technique. I think it shows a lot of the cool color splits, and I'm very happy with this color. So let's look at the pink sunset. I think this one is really pretty too. Out on the website it says that Pink Sunset presents various shades of pink, along with hints of orange and yellow, as well as darker pinks resembling red tones. It's categorized as a mild color splitter, yet exudes the aesthetic charm of a picturesque pink-hued sunset. And I think that's a great description for this color. I'm getting various shades of pink in mine, along with just a few hints of like a coral type orange color, a little bit of yellow. It's just a really pretty soft color. And I think that the dye movement on this shirt makes it look a lot like flowers. It's just really pretty and soft, kind of watercolorish. It doesn't have a ton of like real in-your-face color splits, but I still think the color is really pretty and it works really well for ice dyeing. You know, some pinks don't work great for ice dyeing, but this one does. So I think if you're looking for just a real pretty pink without a lot of other colors, this is a really great color. So I've added a link down below to the Dalula Company website, and I believe that Amanda, who's the owner, is also out on TikTok as Dalula Co. She has the dye colors that I've showcased in these videos, and she also has a couple other dye colors that I don't have. So if you've watched all the videos about these new dye colors, which one is your favorite? I think my favorite color is still chocolate cherries. I just really like that dark burgundy-ish color with all the cool color splits. Initially, I thought it was Northern Lights until I rinsed out the chocolate cherries, but I don't know. I think they're all really pretty, but I still think that one's my favorite. But let me know what your favorite is. Please drop me some comments down below and let me know. And if you've enjoyed the video, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it and if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'll hit the bell, you'll receive a notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.